Hello, everyone. This is Kathy Barnett. I hope all is well with you and yours. Listen, I needed to come and talk to you guys about something that is on the tip of my heart. I believe we are at the apex of our country, of our constitutional republic, of this great experiment called America right now. What we see happening throughout our country is nothing less than a terrorist attack. Yeah, a terrorist attack. And it is being perpetrated by those we see at the playground with their children. It is being perpetrated by our own neighbors. It is being perpetrated by those our children go to school with, by those we see in our local community. It is the Democratic Party. It is the left. It is the media. For the most part. And they go by another name. We call them sometimes progressives. They have launched a terrorist attack on America. And this is a real and present threat. It is happening right now. On January 20th, we saw all of the media outlets talk about this peaceful transition of power and how it's one of the most prized jewels in our constitutional republic. But let me tell you something. That was a pseudo transition of power. We are being usurped. Our Constitution is being usurped. Our America is being usurped. Have you ever in your lifetime witnessed such a barrage of anger and vitriol and visceral hatred? From one side to the other. I have never witnessed such a thing, and I am a student of history, and I have never witnessed such a thing in American history. Let me give you some of the examples, okay, of what this terrorist threat is like. Right now, the Democrats who are in leadership actually call themselves the party of no, meaning they intend to say no every single time something regarding Trump is proposed to them. They are not the party of logic. They are not the party of let's reason this thing out. They are not the party of let's see what is in the best interest of America. If it comes from the right, if it comes from Trump, if it comes from the Republican Party, no is their answer. There's no reasoning with these people. There's no let's sit down and debate the facts. Let's see what's true and what's false. It is none of that with these people. It is they cuddle the mantra that they are the party of no. They are not the party of let's represent Americans. They are the party of no. This example number 2, this is the slowest confirmation we have ever seen throughout the history. If someone can come up with another time when there's been a presidential, when the president's confirmation of his cabinet picks has taken this long, please share it with me. But from the research that I've done, this is the slowest. We have threats from every end of the globe right now. We have North Korea and they're ridiculous behind doing just ridiculous. The man is insane, and he's proven that time and time again. We need cabinet members to be in position. We have China flexing their muscles in the South Pacific Seas. We have Iran just last week, the Ayatollah leading his people in a chant death to America yet again, and now they're actually they've been given the centrifuges under the Obama administration, in addition to billions of dollars to be able to do what is on their little hearts to do, which is to annihilate the big Satan, i.e. America, and to destroy little Satan, i.e. Israel. And they're doing just that. We have what's going on in Syria, what's going on in Russia as Russia begins to flex more and more of their muscles. We have all of these things going on. We have the Syrian refugee problem. We have ISIS infiltrating the refugee problem. And yet, our members of Congress, primarily all on the Democrat side, although we have some rogue Republicans as well, are slowing down the confirmation of Donald Trump's cabinet picks. We need leadership in this country. The cabinets are open. They're bare for the most part. This has been the slowest. And it's not because of a lack of good picks. Even Dr. Ben Carlson, they're dragging their feet on his confirmation. It is not because of any real reason or any foul play or anything that needs to be further investigated on. They are the party of no. And so it is not a peaceful transition of power. They are usurping our Constitution. Example number 3. We have Barack Obama, former president. Usually former presidents go off into the shadows somewhere, but not this particular one. He's moved just a couple of miles down the street from the White House. And yesterday I read a report where he has over 30,000 little liberal meons at his disposal, an army of libtards ready at any moment to fly off the handle, to pop off at any moment on some emotional illogic rant that he may direct them on. This is what he's doing. They actually are calling it a shadow government. Let that float around in your mind for a moment. Turn that over a couple of times and think about what it means to have a shadow government. He was in government, he led our government, and he almost led us off a cliff. What can he possibly do now? When he was in government, he had one of the most corrupt governments. True, all governments are corrupt. I am not pretending that reality does not exist. But under the Obama administration, it was flat out blatant corruption. It was foul play every time you look. You had Eric Holder right out the gate with Fast and Furious, eventually causing him to have to step down. But it wasn't because he was pushed out or asked to resign. Or it wasn't because he volunteered to step down so our country can move forward. It wasn't because he was asked to resign by Obama. He was literally forced out. But then you have Loretta Lynch having backroom meetings with former President Bill Clinton when his wife is under investigation. You have those kind of shenanigans going on. And then you have Lois Lerner in the IRS under the Obama administration being directed to target conservatives. That's a blatant violation. That's blatant corruption. And these people were never asked to step down or to resign. They are the party of low morality. It's the Republican Party. Every time the liberal left get a swift of the fact that we're humans and we make mistakes and we say things out of turn, we do things that we wished in hindsight we can go back and correct. No, we immediately have to take decisive decisions, right? We're often asked to have our people to resign and we throw them under the bus. Or they're just asked to resign and move on, but not the liberal left. They applaud their corruption, right? Look at Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State. Have you ever seen a State Department so corrupt as her State Department? All of the shenanigans that was going on there. Have you ever seen an Attorney General office so corrupt as Loretta Lynch? Have you ever seen people just turning blind eye to our Constitution time and time again? Obama sending millions of dollars, unmarked dollars, and an airplane over to Iran and no one knows about it. Trump having to stop another allotment of cash being sent to Iran by Obama when he took office. Have you ever seen such blatant, wanton lack of respect and just morality or just operating under the law? We've never seen such. And yet we see these sharks in the water from a sniff of blood, and they're ready to attack every single decision Trump makes. They're organized. Now they're at local meetings, local, when Republicans show up at within their communities to have conversations and to talk to their constituents. Now you see they're being ran out. They can't even say anything. We are under attack. And we need to call every single Democrat. If you don't like it, then stop claiming to be a Democrat. Because your party, if you are a Democrat and you're watching this, your party has left you. Maybe you think your party is a party of, oh, well, let's look out for the little man, but they are not. They are tyrants. And they have launched an attack on our country. This is really happening. It is not a peaceful transition from one government to another government. They are usurping our Constitution, a very vital piece of of the way our constitutional republic works. One administration turn over the reign to another administration, and the American people get to decide who will represent them as far as their government is concerned. Here's the fourth example. Now we have activist federal judges who have now decided that they can rule over the American people. How do we know that? Because we can look at the Ninth Circuit Court and their 29-page report that they put out. Not once in that 29-page report that I read did they cite the statute that gives the president the sole responsibility in determining who gets to come into our country. Never once did I read that. Instead, what I read was them constantly mentioning that they have the right to speak to this issue. Ridiculous. We need to go on the offense. And as humbly as I can make a request be known to our great President Donald Trump, I ask President Trump that you go on the offense, that you send your people out there, that now you put up a daily counter showing how long it has been that your cabinet picks have not been confirmed. The American people need to know this. And the liberal media, which is the majority of the media outlets, are not letting people know what's really going on. So we need those who sit in high places like yourself, President, and all those who are around you. Every time your people are sent out on the news media outlet to be interviewed, they need to lead with the story that our government, that there is an obstruction to the peaceful transition of power from one government to the next government, that our country is literally under attack. It's a terrorist attack. It's a domestic terrorist. It's civil war is what they have declared. They're not declaring it. They have declared it. When now people, the freedom of speech, people being cannot even go out and have a conversation, but now people are being cut, or people are being maced, or people are being attacked, and people are being prohibited to speak. Physically being prohibited to speak. Where do you think this is going to go? Because let me tell you, I am a firm believer in my Second Amendment. Where do you think this is going to ultimately end? When a liberal come and I happen to be somewhere exercising my free speech, and now my children are accosted, or I am accosted. Where do you think we're heading as a nation? It's nothing good. They're having their tantrums. They're sucking their thumbs. They're wearing their diaper pins. They're canceling classes and having puppy therapy for our young minds. Where do you think this is going to end, America? We need to call the Democratic Party exactly what they have become, a terrorist organization. They are looking to dismantle and destroy our government. It is illogical and it is irrational. Even in the federal judges, the ones you would think who are in a position to think critically are now being led by sheer emotions, as they do not stop the moratorium on the refugee program based on logic and a clear understanding of the law, but because of their emotions, but because of what they think, what they feel, what their opinion is, based on nothing more than emotions. We're in trouble. America is being attacked. American people, you need to recognize that. And you need to call it out. You need to call your Democratic friends out. Now, we have Democrats who are saying, oh, well, I don't believe that. I'm not strapping a vagina on my forehead and walking out there talking about don't sexualize me. So don't lump me in that group. Yes, we're lumping you into that group. And if you don't like it, then you too need to stand up. Call your Democratic leaders and say, stop it. Get to work. The American people have voted. Honor our decision. Do not try to usurp it. Nothing good is going to come out of where we are being led. And we're being led there, people, intentionally. It is intentional where we are being headed. And our government, our president is on every turn is trying to be blocked and ridiculed and minimized. It's not a good day. My hope is still in Christ. But I believe we are to call wrong, wrong, evil, evil, and terrorism, terrorism, whether it's from without or within. And we are under attack. Please share this. Get this message out. God bless. Bye-bye.